Hello guys, welcome again. It's me, Honey, your host as per usual. And today I have the manager of Night Riders, the basketball team in Entebbe, Mr. Raymond. You're most welcome.
Thank
Happy
you,
New Year.
To you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You will give us a brief introduction about yourself and your position in the team, and we'll dive into the questions.
Okay, well, as I've been introduced, my name is Manager Raymond.
Yeah.
I am the manager of the Entebbe Night Riders basketball team. I have been the manager for this lovely club for almost 12 years now.
Wow.
I became the manager in 2012.
Yeah.
Before then, I was a statistician. I became an assistant coach. I became the manager, and it's a journey and an experience I have really, really loved to this day forth. And I am excited for the new journey of Night Riders basketball. Thank you.
Are you a basketballer as well? Do you play or have you played before?
Yeah, I've been asked this a lot, especially by people in the basketball circles and some of my current players as well. Yes, I did play for about 6 or 7 years and stopped. The main difference for me with everyone else is that I'm really not an aggressive or competitive person.
Yeah.
So whereas my peers were looking to go further with the sport, it wasn't the same for me. I was a little bit more like, okay, I could do this leisure. And but then I discovered the passion for the team and the club and the sport, which is really in management. And that's how I ended up where I am today. So I am privileged and happy to still have a role I play within a sport I love so much, even if I'm not having to play the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least you see the people play.
Every day I could tell you that a lot of my time is to basketball. Anyone that knows me will tell you that I spend so much time in basketball.
But that's what you're in right now. That's where you put your energy.
Yeah, I do love it. It's a passion and I am really happy to do it.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, Night Riders is on the National League, Division 1.
Yes, we are in the National Basketball League in the Division 1, which is really the division just below the main Premier League. Yes, and we've been in the National League before in 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, and we hopefully will get back there after this and
The
stay
national,
there.
the
Premier League.
Nice.
Yeah, that one that has the teams like City Oil, which I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
So we hope to get back up there soon enough.
Yes, you will.
Definitely.
Yes, you will.
Definitely.
Yeah, so being part of the National League, what are some of the challenges you faced?
Well, I could speak to them in terms of our own challenges and those of the federation. Yeah, well, we've had administrative challenges, especially on the federation side.
Yeah.
It's not been managed perfectly over the years. We've had value addition as a challenge, especially what does the federation offer people that take part in the sport of basketball, especially teams. What platform are they giving us? But they've done so far so good. It's been a very good offering that they have given to this day forth. That's really on the administrative side of basketball in Uganda. But as a team, one of our biggest challenges, and not to debunk anything that's happening, has just been funding. Really, yeah, it's a really big challenge for not just ourselves, but any club in Uganda. Yes, because already basketball shares a very small market value amongst sports in Uganda. Currently, rugby has the lion's share, and then there's football. So a lot of funding is channeled towards there. But it's very hard to get sponsors to come on board and support a club they do not know much of, and let alone a sport they do not know much of. So a lot of where Night Riders is today has been through a lot of individual funding and goodwill. You get to meet our patron along the way, who's backed us for all these years and seen to it that we've been participating in the league all these years. You'll get to meet him. He's done a lot from a point of goodwill. And we've also had several other people who've come in and helped us, some of whom are past players, some of who are just fans that love the club and love the sport. So that's really been the biggest challenge. But generally as well, something I'd like to add is the talent pool in the country isn't the best. So many a times we've been forced to look outside the country to get players that can make your team competitive. But aside from that, to this day we are competing and we're participating, which for us is a blessing in itself.
Of course,
Yes.
consistency. You're being consistent regardless of the challenges that you're
Yes,
facing. That's
exactly.
amazing.
Yeah.
So how did Night Riders come about? How did you come up with the name?
Well, I'd imagine Colin answered that initially. He has a better story to it, but what I do know, Entebbe, about 20 or so years ago, was blessed with a pool of talented individuals who loved the game of basketball. And around about that time, the year 2000, 2001 and 2, there was a tournament, a very big tournament that happened in Kampala. It was called the Ebb Lincoln Tournament, which brought together the best teams around East Africa to compete, and there was a cash prize at the end.
Nice.
So on those 2 occasions, these players decided, why don't we form a team and let's go play and see where that leads us. I think the first year we weren't successful, but the second year we went on to win.
Nice.
Yeah, we went on to win, and this was against really good teams and as I mentioned, East Africa.
Yeah.
So after that win, it kind of spurred us on, and the players at the time said, but why don't we register for the league and participate in the league? And yeah, that's where it took flight. So we registered in the league, started to compete. The name came about because, as I mentioned, you'll eventually get to meet our patron who has held us together from that point in time.
Yeah.
There's a club in Entebbe called Night Riders Discotheque.
Oh yeah,
you might know. Yes, yes. So the gentleman behind that club held our hand. He was our patron, and essentially the name took on the club name as well, the discotheque's name. So we went on to become Entebbe Night Riders Basketball. We participated in the Division 1. In 2008, we won the division and got promoted to the NBL. Yeah. Spent a season there and came down, and we've been here ever since. But pretty much that's how the team was born. It's gone through so many changes, so many ups and downs, but we are thankful that there's been continuity to this day. It's
all parts of growth.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. So that's really the story for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where do you see Night Riders 5 to 10 years from now?
The biggest club in Uganda. Yay. That's the goal. I will not even downplay that and say that, and be humble about it. No.
There's no shame for being humble.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah. The biggest club in Uganda.
Amazing.
Yes.
Wow. Yeah. So, I asked Michael the same thing. I'm like, there's a new partnership coming up with tekjuice. And how do you feel about that?
Excited.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about the partnership because tekjuice embodies a lot of dreams. Let me call it dreams. We've had these dreams of what this club could be, of what this club can do, of what we can achieve with this club.
Yeah.
And meeting tekjuice for the first time and hearing their pitch and what they had to offer, it was instantly aligned.
Yeah.
It wasn't too different from what we had in mind. We just couldn't achieve it then again because of funding, as I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad you do not often meet partners who share the same goals as you do. But this seems like, we do. And it's really great. I like how we intend to build this club, how we intend to impact the community, how we intend to impact our players and ourselves as well. For me, it's all exciting. And leave a legacy, most importantly, leave a legacy. There is already a legacy, but we are going to build on that and make it bigger. So for me, all this is very exciting, and I can't wait for it to actually kick off and we get
already
cracking.
Kicking off.
Oh yes, it is. It is. Well, I'm really just looking forward to everything falling into place and know that, this is what we're doing. This is how this looks. This is what the team is going to be like. I won't give away too much, but it's exciting. It's exciting.
I'm also excited for the journey and the partnership and the collaboration. I can't wait to see how far this goes and how much we all achieve from this. I guess that's the end of my questions to you.
Thank you, Hanifa.
Thank you so much for giving me your time today.
I'm happy to.
I'm so delighted to have you.
Yeah, and I look forward to us working together. I know you're behind Social James. I look forward to.
Yeah, and we're going to work together with the Night Riders, of course, because you're handling most of your marketing.
Definitely. I can't wait to have these conversations, agreements.
Yes,
it's going to be an exciting journey. I can't wait to do this with you.
Thank you so much, Raymond.
Glad to be here.